one of your first videos ever in the 2012 End of the Trail
Classic.
Classic in Visalia,
Yeah.
Visalia, and as you saw by that that's a sick graphic. Jim Oates currently leading. We don't know his score. We just know that Paul is 4 back.
It's a final 9, so it's a theoretically irrelevant.
That's a good point. That's very true. Hole 1, 415 feet, maybe. It might be.
Ish. So we're throwing across this, like, it's a lake when there's water. This year there was no water. So it's on a little kind of peninsula thing across the fake lake. You can see it there just up on the mound. Pretty tough stick, honestly.
Yeah, right. So who is Jim Oates? Can you tell me?
Jim Oates is now he's like a grandmaster. He's a multiple-time world champ in some of the age predicted brackets. He's a NorCal local, and he has the craziest. I don't know if you just watched that. He takes literally one step and throws.
Yeah,
and he throws like 400. It's wild, man. So here we have a Paul McBeth fresh off his first world title.
He must have been what, I don't know, like, are you like, I would feel like pressure if I came off a world title and now everyone's like, oh, look at Paul, he's got to win this. But yeah.
I think I got my first Paul McBeth signature at this tournament. I had him sign an old Firebird.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I remember he signed somebody else's disc. It says no one remembers second place.
That is if you know Paul, that is like the most classic Paul thing ever.
Right? He's not wrong though, is the best part about it.
Yeah.
So that was Steve Rico. This is Jeff Faes, San Francisco local, absolute baller. I put it up there. Steve Rico looks like he finished a little bit right. He flipped his drive, and he's going to lay up smartly for the 3 here. This is Jim Oates with his 4-stroke lead. He might think about laying this one up, honestly.
Yeah, right? He's got the Johnny Disc Golf hat.
He does. The OG bucket hat guy. Probably, I'm sure there's some guy before him, though, honestly.
Yeah, right? The bucket hat's not new.
It plays.
It's like very resourceful. It protects your neck and your forehead at the same time. I mean, come on.
I know, right? Dude. It's there. Faes looking for a 2.
Oh, Phaser beam.
I remembered he made that putt.
How much of this do you remember? This is so long ago.
I know. I did remember that. But I want to say he makes this one, but I can't. I'm not certain.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, there we go. That's why I wasn't certain. It was high pro set. It could have flopped out.
Even at 22, Paul McBeth's making that.
He is. So he's now 3 back. We're on to hole 2. This hole is ridiculous. So it's on the top of this crazy berm. It's maybe like 15, 12 feet wide.
Oh, wow.
Pretty sure the basket's up there.
Yeah.
See it down there?
Yeah.
Good. And then the hill is a bunker. So you can't throw. You throw from like the bottom if you're in the hill, I want to say.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I can see that like yellow rope almost.
Yeah. There's a yellow rope on the bottom there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's OB. I think it's just bunker rules.
Yeah, it's just like get out. You don't throw from there basically for safety reasons.
It's like not a stroke penalty or anything. Here's Oates, that 1-step throw. I wonder if he developed that like playing on like old school courses with crappy tee pads.
Exactly,
like
right.
Pads, you're just doing that 1 step. That'll get you like the most consistent results. And he bombs them, man. Rico with a more traditional run up. I think this one's really good if I remember right.
Yeah, that looks like it's stuck. You'd never see Stevie Rico throw a hyzer bomb these days, but
there's Oates. He's just up under for his easy 3. Here's where Jeff is going to be taking it from. Yeah, I think didn't he just throw a forehand in the hill or something like that?
Yeah,
it's honestly not a bad play. He didn't make that, did he?
No.
And here's Paul trying to get another stroke on Jim and make this thing even closer.
This is like an insane putt. This is like a million feet uphill.
More up than it is out, right?
Oh no!
I think he stayed up though. I think he stayed up. Now you can finally see the berm, and this is where Steve Rico's drive ended up, man. Like that's an incredible stick.
That's sick. Yeah, it looks like it's like pretty soft. So if you do hit up there, is that deadpan or is that soft? Like
you're right. It's like it's not. It hasn't aged yet, so it's still soft. It hasn't turned into deadpan. We're on to hole 3. Where are we going on this one? I think we're going somewhere in like the middle of the lake area or slightly left of it. Right. It might even be that pin is 1.
So this is like a Final 9 custom layout, right? This is the actual
Super
course.
Safari. Yeah, correct. And they change it up every year, so they get blended in my mind. But I think this one might even be a par 4. I'll tell you after this. There's first shots here. Sorry, apologies.
Oh, no worries, dude.
Faes.
We're not watching this for the results.
This was 8 years ago. What's going to go in? Oh, it's freshly 30.
Oh man, what's it like?
Yep. Here is Jim with that. Check this style. Just boom. And
He
he throws
bombs it
farther
though.
than me, man.
I know, right?
My run up is worthless.
All that
Kind of fumbling.
all that quick switch, man.
Okay, so the basket is left of the shed on the downslope of a hill. You'll see it here in a second. See it just to the right.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So a pretty tough stick. You can't really go at it with a hyzer because it's going to fall down the hill, and then putting sketchy if you come up short right. So Rico threw it. That was a nice forehand. We're looking at Jim Oates taking the backhand line, which it's a tough look.
We're covering him up, but
he's down there.
He's down there.
This looks wide.
Is that going to go in the electrical?
I think he's past it. Yeah. So he's going to have a putt for the birdie, but it's going to be pretty far. Faes, who back in the day before he jacked up his shoulder, had a fantastic overhand.
Oh, that's
showing you the thumber right there. Getting pretty close. That was a great shot. Paul opting for the backhand. Again, tough to put this really close.
Looks
like a rock.
Yeah, I was about to say. It's going to bounce off the fence. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That was such a bad shot. That was aggressively bad. He missed by
Yeah.
It's so weird to see Paul throw anything that's not perfect.
Mm-hmm. Tough lie there though. He's on that hill, which can affect your release later early. Rico after that shorter forehand makes a great putt.
Oh yeah, easy.
And it, babe. And Paul, this is kind of a scary putt. I should have backed up. So we got the whole thing in the frame, but this is what you get.
What?
A quick pan?
Yeah, good quick pan, Ian. Good quick pan past the end, Jack.
Oh, Jack, calm down.
Sorry, guys, that's my cat. That's the downside of this being live.
Oates trying to grab a birdie too. Oh, he does, keeping pace with Paul there. That was big.
Yeah.
Keeping his lead somewhat comfortable. Although when Paul's back there, it's never comfortable. So there are scores. Paul 3 back of Jim currently. Faes and Rico probably out of it by now, but crazy stuff could happen. We're on to, I don't even know what hole this is. The next hole.
Hole 4. Yeah.
Hole 4. So this one. Okay, so it's just to the right of where Rico landed, underneath that tree. And the thing with why Rico took that route is if you hang it out wide, there's a canal right before the basket. So if you don't fade enough, you'll be OB to the right.
So Paul's kind of risking it for the biscuit right now.
He is, but he's got that monster arm, so he knows he can put it way up there and it'll come back in, which that looked very close to the basket to my eye. I can't remember exactly where it was. Faes is taking the safer line here, which is kind of the turnover. This looks pretty.
That's so good. You can just see it. You can just see that line going through Golden Gate all day these days.
Right. And you even got that little bonus slide in the leaves there. Paul's close, so Jim needs a good one here. And it's going right at the stuff. Is it going to work through it? Nah, he gets caught up there. So he's probably looking at par best case. Here is where Steve, was that Steve?
That's Stevie, yeah.
Yeah.
I love watching this old school camera work too. Doing your best with one cam, just panning all over the place.
This is monopod days too, man. So it's
oh, really?
Yeah, it's way less smooth than the shoulder mount, in my opinion, for pans and tilts. He's a little jerkier. I don't know. Also, because I just sucked at filming.
8 years ago, man. That's. I mean,
Oh,
this is a great drive from Paul.
Yeah, this is a great drive. He probably almost aced it. Look where it came in, right?
Yeah, right.
And that's another stroke on him right there. Sorry, go ahead.
Something I've been wanting to ask you, because I remember watching this a while ago and thinking, why are there little pauses in the edit? Is that did you do that on purpose in the edit for some reason, or?
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You'll see it on the next one when the next shot. There's a little pause right before they throw.
I was probably just Windows Live Movie Maker making a crappy file. If I had to guess, man. Oh, am I trying to show where the basket is possibly? Is that what it is or no?
Just check before after Faes throws the next player. There's going to be a half second, not even a half second, a 10 frame pause. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right there. You see how it just stopped for
you're right. I have no idea what that is.
I was wondering if it was on purpose.
No, that's just old technology, I guess. This one is across the canal, and then they got a bunch of trees to contend with it. I believe it is very long. I believe it's almost par 4 territory. And if memory serves, I think did Paul already throw?
He threw a crazy roller.
Yeah, he threw a crazy roller. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Shame I overlooked that one. Remembering him being pretty bananas. Rico, just taking the safe play for the getting across the canal. That's a crush though, actually. He's way down there.
Yeah, boom sauce.
Faes looking at his second shot, trying to get in position. I mean, you can call it a par 4, but it's a final 9, so it does not matter.
I feel like the final 9 has like kind of fallen out of favor, but it used to be like a lot of tournaments.
Oh god, I hate them. There's like you just film the whole round. I'm tired. I want to go home. Hey, let's do a final 9. Like no, let's not. I want to get out of here.
It's usually just like a victory lap for the person in first.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly. Like usually stuff doesn't happen. This being one of the cases where something does happen though, which is fun.
Jim Oates.
Not bad. Not great though.
Look at this drive from Paul. That's wild with that roller.
That one got real far.
Oh yeah, so smooth.
Yeah.
Even back then. So where is Visalia exactly?
So it's a Central Valley of California. It's actually even with the Central Coast. So it's kind of where I used to live in Paso Robles, which is like halfway between LA and San Francisco. If you just drive east for a couple hours, you'll end up in Visalia. Okay. Smells like cow poo, but it's really like a lot. But the people out there are super awesome. Huge shout out to my buddy Andy Parkinson. And I know Chuck Woody. I'm sorry, buddy. Runs this tournament, does a great job. Okay, so we're going back across the canal out into.
Is that the basket right there?
The lake, and I think we're playing the same pin as one. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. This park looks like beautiful though. It looks like
sorry, not. It's got 2 18-hole courses on it too, man.
Wait, what? 2 18 disc golf? 18-hole disc golf courses?
Yeah, it's Moody Grove Park in Visalia, and it's got they look easy because they're mostly flat, but they are so challenging. The trees are really well placed and very catchy. It's a really tough course.
Oh, awesome.
This year, Mo, shouts, dude. I took down Rec in this tournament, the 2012.
Dude, why are you playing Rec though? In 2012. Okay.
Dude. I was like 897 rated, I want to say.
I thought you meant like right this year. You like went down and played the. You're like the highest rated media disc golfer out there, 990 rated.
But anyway, so I won the tournament, and everybody who won in their division got a basket, and I got like 20 discs, and then I won the Ring of Fire and got another basket. So I drove home with like 20 discs and 2 baskets.
Wait, what?
It was awesome.
How do you win that much stuff for winning Rec?
Yeah, dude, this Chuck throws down for this tournament, man. There was like 10 to 15,000 added cash in like all divisions. He was hooking it up.
That's wild. Is this tournament still going on?
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah! Go play this tournament, guys.
I will say though, you gotta have a heat tolerance because it's like 100 degrees out there when I'm filming this right now.
Really?
Like not even joking, dude. I went one year. I think I drank like 8 liters of water like while filming around.
Oh man, especially it's out in the sun. It's not like there's any tree cover.
So I think this is after Paul's monster drive.
Yeah,
he put it up on that shelf. Not easy to do. It looks like he's gonna get a stroke on Jim here, unless Jim can make a miracle putt if he even wants to make this one.
Right? No, you definitely let this up. So it's like, I mean, I wasn't even playing at this point. Is the legend of Paul McBeth like? He's not like, you're not scared of Paul McBeth? Like Jim Oates like, oh, is Paul McBeth right behind me? Or is
I feel like he like literally just won Worlds, right? So like whatever mystique that has about it. And Paul's been talked about in SoCal for like a long time, so everybody knows about him. Like they used to call him like the Ferrari or something like that because he just went real fast and real hard, and he like you'd either get first place or he'd crash, type of guy.
Yeah.
So not anymore. All right, we are on to a very momentous hole here. There's some good drama coming up, which I'll try to keep you abreast of. So just a big hyzer into this tree. The basket's pretty close to the OB sidewalk. You see it right there. So Paul almost aces it right there, getting real close. And was he just one back of Jim right now?
He's one back, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we got a couple holes left to go. Is there 3 holes left to go?
This is 7, 8, 9. So there's 3 holes left to go. Yeah.
Perfect. There's Faes getting pretty close. He should be able to make that putt. And here is Jim.
Dude, I could watch this guy throw all day.
It's a trip, right? He's still smashing tournaments in his division. He's still very, very good.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I think he might have won Worlds last year in his bracket.
And like the 50-year-old bracket?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude's a baller. So that's pretty close. He finishes pin high just left of the basket, but he is kind of encumbered with some trees, as will come into play in a second here.
Okay.
Rico.
Oh, Stevie.
Oh, that's broke. That sucks, man. So that was OB, but he got to take a spot at least because he got pushed back out by the tree, unfortunately. So he'll be taking a bogey. Here is Paul looking at a 2. This is a big putt right here, Mo.
This is important, right? Because that's Jim right there, the yellow, like just kind of under his arm.
Yep. Actually, Jim might be the closer of the 2.
Oh, McBeasy.
Oh, yeah. You see Paul stare at that one for a while, like, go in.
That's a good putt.
Yeah. So yeah, Faes was the one that was closer to Paul. So he also has a very awkward putt. I feel like he makes this one. I could be wrong though.
All right, let's see if you remember 8 years later. Oh,
I was way wrong.
It's like the opposite of making it.
My bad. So watch Jim on this putt. He is going to fall forward onto his hand. See that right there?
Yeah.
So a hand lands in front of the mini, and he like kind of scrambles to make it play like he's like grabbing his mini. And Paul calls him on a foot fault right there, because that's a foot fault.
100%.
And Jeff and Steve weren't watching, or something like that, and very vehement in his denial that was a foot fault, like very vehement. So much so that on this tee pad, after this throw, he goes back to Paul. Was that a foot fault too?
What?
Like, it was some serious salt. It was,
oh
it was one of the spicier
moments,
disc golf.
The old dudes, man. I swear if you come at an old dude, you best not miss, because they don't play.
Yeah. I was like, wow, dude. I don't know I would have gone there, but you do you. So this one is another par 4. They're playing past the road and left of the road that goes away from us. So they're just kind of pitching out into the open area, and then they'll pitch across to the basket.
It's kind of like a drivable par 4.
It is, yeah. In subsequent years, I think people have actually tried to get there. Does Jeff try to do it right now? I can't remember.
I think he does. I remember watching this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jeff goes for this. Yeah.
Does he make it? This looks smashed.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I feel like he does, dude.
Oh, dude, that's a big skip. He definitely made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely made it. I actually do remember you being like, "That's a crazy shot from."
Yeah.
This is just you on commentary. I remember.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I remember watching this like pretty recently, because I was just like scrolling and like, why not watch the first thing that Central Coast ever put out, and like I'm pretty sure it's just you.
That's funny. This probably is the pre-Kev days.
Yeah.
Kevin hit 2 aces in 2 rounds of this tournament. Kevin Estrada, I used to do commentary with.
What is this tournament? People got to get out and play this. Has got all the good Central Coast juju.
It's crazy, man.
I miss Kevin. What's Kevin up to?
I guess like he's a contractor, builds stuff, living on Central Coast with his lady, who's awesome and plays disc golf. So I try to see him every time I go up there and visit the mother-in-law.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, so that is Jeff barely making it inbounds on the island. Look at this island, dude.
I know, right?
It's like half of a circle.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is basically for an eagle here.
Yeah, stroke on the field. There's no one else, but
technically not wrong. Also,
you can get your finger out of the camera.
Sorry, dude. I was blocking the sun or something, man. I don't
know. Oh man.
Oh, hater. All right, so
we got one hole left.
Paul's 2 back at Jim, so he needs to try to do some crazy stuff. This one we're going back across the road, and it's just to the left of that building you're seeing, kind of by the tractor dealy. Sorry.
No worries.
Jim, I think he's going to try and play mostly safe here, knowing that Paul has to do wild things to make it even happen. I think Paul goes roller on this.
Yeah, why not, dude?
Yeah.
Skips off the road.
Yeah, that's a great shot, honestly.
That's awesome.
He might be a little pinched on that fence, but I think he's all right.
Just guarantee the 4.
Yeah, Paul going
like insane roller.
Yeah.
Rollers on pavement, I find, those are the
wild
sketchy ones. Yeah.
Yeah. This one flipped over too much on him. I think he's still in bounds over there somewhere, but again, could be wrong about that. And Rico's going over the top with a rampage, I'm pretty sure.
That's awesome. This is back when Legacy had like 2 discs, right?
Two discs. Yeah, the cannon and the rampage.
Yeah. I mean, since then, they come out with some great... Dude, have you ever thrown a Rival? Rival is like my favorite disc ever. It's such a good disc.
They're good stuff, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So here's where Jim, he got around the corner. He's not too bad. Has kind of a low ceiling deal here, but he's got 2 strokes on Paul.
Yeah. So, I mean, full disclosure, Oh wow, that wasn't a great shot, but
Oh, terrible.
still pretty close.
Yeah.
Paul's
Here is
the
Paul. He's trying to make this actually, if I remember. Yeah, he was trying to bang that shot, and he hit the ceiling. So he's gonna take a 4.
Jim Oates, the legendary Jim Oates, taking down Paul McBeth.
You couldn't find the PB where PB beats Paul. You couldn't
No,
find that round?
I was looking through. I was like, I went through 2012 and 2013, and I couldn't find it.
I think it must be after. Is it after I moved to San Diego? Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's out there. I swear PB takes down Paul on Kit Carson.
Oh really? Oh geez,
yeah,
that's weird. I've
yeah,
watched like all the Kit Carson rounds. I love those rounds.
Yeah. Rico's in it. PB's in it. Paul's in it.
Max Nichols.
It's probably Max Nichols. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It would be Max Nichols at Kit Carson.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I actually texted Paul about this round yesterday. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna watch 2012 End of the Trail. Do you remember anything about it, or is it just like?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, Jim Oates. I called him on a football like yesterday. He's like, he got through the whole story. So,
oh man,
it still stings. He won 5 world titles.
Yeah, I remember showing Paul the footage after the round. He's like, "Oh, I knew it. Man. I knew it was a football." It was so good, man.
Oh man.
Nobody remembers second place, but we did this time just because it's you, Paul.
That's all right. That's so funny, man. Oh, what's this?
This is like a playoff or some.
We got some bonus footage.
I think it looks like bonus footage, man. It's back when we rolled that way. I think it's like the AM1 playoff. I'm totally making that up, but it could be it. It looks like it. Right? These two looks like AM1s, right?
Yeah, that's 100% an AM1 throw.
Yeah, you throw hard, but not accurate.
Goes roughly in the direction that you're thinking it might go. Oh, the
homie! Dude. Yes, look at this, dude.
Oh, see, you can tell.
Look at this drive. It's so good.
You can tell Petey's not a normal AM1.
Dude, he's like 12 at this point, dude. So it's like his mom drove him to this tournament, dude. Shout out to Chris.
That's so great. What were you like? Were you just like at the tournament because you're playing it, and then you were like, why not? I'll just film.
That was like my jam, dude. Like that's how I filmed the first tournament. Like Santa Maria Open, I played, and when you suck, you finish before the pros start, and then you can film the pros. And then eventually, like I was like, well, I should probably film more than final nines. I should probably like blah blah blah, you know. So and then I stopped playing for a long time, and now I just play a couple tournaments a year when my buddy Isaac makes me.
Yeah. So. I remember in one of the earliest CCDG videos, you're like, it like starts on hole 8, and you're like, sorry guys, I had a softball tournament this morning.
That might be that San Diego tournament. The PB beats Paul at.
Oh really? Okay.
That is a San Diego tournament. I remember because that's back when I played like sophomore than filming.
Yeah.
Those days just more.
That's so funny. We gotta just go back and find all the times Paul lost back in like. Back before he won like the 5th world title or whatever, 2012, 2013, 2014. I love watching young Paul. It's always just like so weird. I don't know why it's like weirder with. I feel like we grew up with Paul. Like we've been watching him forever. He's the only dude that's like. I mean, they're all still around, but like I don't know. It's weird watching him in like this setting because nowadays we only watch him when it's like a world title or like some big prestigious tournament. He doesn't play like he would never play this tournament like now.
Jordan at UNC or something, man.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's always super fun. But Ian, thanks for joining us again. These are always a riot.
This is a good time, man. I like this one.
Yeah, this is fun. If you guys want to go back and check it out, head to Central Coast Disc Golf on YouTube. He's got like how many videos do you have? Are you up to 1,000 at this point?
Oh yeah, we have over 1,000 videos. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I know we got new stuff coming out, but there's no better time than now to like go through the annals. And like just like watch all this old stuff because it's all amazing, and you can also appreciate how far like we've come. So
for sure, that is for sure.
Yeah, man. But
cool, guys. Mo, thanks a ton, man. It's fun.
Yeah, Ian. Thank you so much for joining us, man. And everybody, thank you. Hopefully, see you next week. See you. Hey, everybody. Welcome into another rewatch. Today we're watching one of your first videos ever, Ian. The 2012 End of the Trail Classic in Visalia.
Yeah.
Visalia. And as you saw by that's a sick graphic. Jim Oates currently leading. We don't know his score. We just know that Paul is 4 back.
It's a final 9, so it's a theoretically irrelevant.